family, welcome back to my channel where we talk love, life, and building better relationship. Today's talk is very deep and it is needed in every single relationship which we are building, ranging from family to normal friendship to relationship, of course, which we specifically focus on. We are talking about why it is important to focus on self-growth and learn essential life skills before entering into a relationship or even while you are in a relationship. Welcome to today's section. I am your host, May, and for those of you that are joining me for the first time, we do strictly relationship therapy sections here where we talk about love, relationships, and how to build better and stronger bonds. Welcome, and as you all know, I love taking my sections part by part for proper understanding to my audience and everything. So, well, I'm going to be taking it part by part, and my first part, I'm going to be starting with the myth that relationship complete you. Remember, I said that our topic for today is the importance of focusing on self growth and learning essential life skills before entering into a relationship or even while you want to start that relationship or you are in that relationship. Now, we have been fed this idea that once we find the right person, everything will just fall into place, that love will just magically heal our brokenness or fill our emotional gaps. Hello, wake up from that nightmare. Because the truth is that a relationship can only reflect who you are inside. If you're confused, insecure, undisciplined, or emotionally immature or emotionally unstable, those issues won't disappear because you met someone special. In fact, relationship often increases, magnify what you haven't dealt with yet. Those excesses which you have never dealt with, those excesses which you've never looked into as something relevant for you to deal with, to curtail, to bring down. By the time you go into a relationship, it will teach you to be able to deal with them. Now, I'm going to be if you are empty, if you're broken or unsure of who you are, you might end up clinging to someone else's identity, and that's a heavy burden on you yourself. Then imagine your partner carrying on that burden. In my last section, I remember either in my last section or the previous one, I remember talking about um, not needing anybody or taking on someone's identity to validate who you are. I was talking about self value, knowing your worth, knowing your self value, knowing when you're needed in a space, knowing when to cut off a particular thing or a relationship. And it is very important in this the process of self-love and learning skills for ourselves. Part 2: why self-growth matters before love. Most of us ask ourselves this question: why do I need to do it? I mean, he's the man, he's ordained, he's supposed to do this. For we ladies, we ask this kind of question. For the men, maybe they are watching to find a woman who is well to do, stable, and they're like, okay, they feel like they don't need to work, they feel like they don't need to grow, they feel like they are okay with their, even if they don't find a woman whom is financially stable, probably they are financially stable, they don't have the need, they don't want to grow beyond that stage which they are in, which is something that is really alarming. Self-growth is not about being perfect. Remember this. It is not about being perfect though. It's about being intentional. It's asking yourself, do I know how to control my emotions during conflict? Do I have purpose, or am I waiting for someone to give me direction? I take care of myself financially, emotionally, and mentally. Do I even like who I am when I am alone? When you grow, you bring value into relationships. You're no longer trying to get love to feel whole. You are giving love from a place of wholeness. That's the kind of relationship that builds, not breaks. Please and please, wake up. Build on yourself. Grow yourself. Take that online course. Don't just sit there and expect manna to fall from heaven or expect that man or that woman to go out and hustle you so ass out and come back for you. Even if they do that for you, you need to improve for yourself. For yourself, not for anybody else. Just do it for yourself so that someday you could look back and know that you have achieved something. So that someday you could show to your generation and have something to prove and say that I served as an example. So that people who are looking up to you could be able to learn from you. Stop sitting down and growling about looking for somewhere to just rest your head and just ah wake up. Please. Those are the kind of things that help build relationship. Now, building a relationship does not necessarily focuses on only skills. It focuses on building ourselves, our inner selves, our attitude, our character, our day-to-day lifestyle. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the skills that you could learn or should learn before or during a relationship, which will aid you to have a smooth relationship. And I would love to be really practical. One should learn before getting into serious relationship are things like emotional regulation. Most of us don't know how to control our emotions. We say things. We tend to be, I beg your pardon, we tend to be disrespectful towards our partner when we're angry. We cannot control our emotions. We are so loud, we are so aggressive, we are so, I don't even know the right words to use anymore. Learn to manage your anger and your sadness and your disappointment. Fix up yourself, manage it. Even in your workplace, you usually hear during most of those interview sections questions like, can you manage stress, can you work under tension, under pressure? Questions like that are being asked. Those are part of emotional questions because they know that being emotionally stable is a good state for you to be in such a space. So imagine you being unemotionally stable. God. Number two, communication. Can you listen, express yourself, and resolve conflicts without attacking, without being rude, without being aggressive, without sounding disrespectful? Wake up. Learn to communicate better ways. Learn to use the right tones. Learn to use the right words. Learn to know when to draw the line. Learn to fix your problems without attacking the other partner or looking as if you guys are going to war. You're not going to war, please. Be calm about it. Number three, financial literacy. Understand budget. Most of us don't know budget. We spend beyond budget. Somewhere along the line in one of my sections, I'm going to give you clues on how best you can manage your finances, even though that is not what I do on my channel. But I'm going to help you. I'm going to step out of my zone and tell you how to manage your finances, what and what to do to get yourself out of poverty. Most of us don't want to get out of poverty. We are comfortable there. That is why when we see that little money, instead of us to look for the most important things to do out of them, we just mismanage it and use it for unnecessary things, frivolities, things that don't make sense. Please learn to manage your budget. Understand your budget. Cut your coat according to your size. Be contented. When you learn this attitude, learn how to save and be responsible. When you do these things, you would not have financial problems. You would not have to be a burden on someone else. You would not be a burden on your partner. Self-discipline. Can you keep to your word? Most of you out there, you know, yes, you, I'm talking to you. You know that you are not disciplined. You fix an appointment, you don't meet up on time. You promise you'll call back, you don't. You promise you'll text her before you sleep, you don't. You promise you'll text him before you sleep, you don't. You promise you'll get back to her, you get back to him, you don't. You don't know how to be consistent. You don't know how to manage time. Please and please, keep to your word. Manage time and stay consistent. Number five, purpose and direction. Know your path. Most of us at this stage of our life, I'm surprised that you would see someone in their mid 20s and you ask them, what do you want to do in the next few years to come? Where do you see yourself going to? And they don't know. Then what are you doing? What are you doing if you don't know where you're headed? Tell me. Please, indulge me. I would love to hear your excuses. What are you doing? Wake up. Number 6, boundaries. Most of us don't know how to say no. We don't know how to stand firm on our word. We don't know how to respect our partner's space. We just want to every time be inside. Must you? Must you be there? Can't you mind your business? No. Learn how to say no. Learn how to have self-control, self-discipline. Learn how to stand firm. Have your own words. Stand firm in that decision. Don't let anyone talk you out of it. When you say no, let your no be no. When you say yes, let it be yes. Respect your partner's space. Don't go in trying to pry and get something out of them. When they want you to know that thing, they will tell you. And I believe that someone who loves you and really, really is intentional with you and wants to grow with you will involve you every step of the way in their life. You don't need to pry before they give in. So stop it. All of this makes you stronger, more attractive, and someone who doesn't lose themselves in a relationship. You know what it means. That means they are really strong. Part 4, which eventually is going to be the last thing I'm going to be talking. I beg your pardon, not really last. I'm going to have a closing summary, of course. What if you're already in a relationship? The ones I talked about are for people that, let's assume you are not in a relationship, you are planning to go into. Now, some of you may say, what if I'm already in a relationship, but I realize I skipped these steps? It is never too late to grow. Talk to your partner. Let them know you're working on yourself. Not because they are not enough. Not because you want to bring your best self into the relationship. Not for them. Not because you want to bring your best self into the relationship, but you want to make the best out of that relationship. That is why. You want to make sure that every step of the way in that relationship is memorable. You can still learn those new skills. You can still heal. You can still evolve together or apart. The danger in staying stagnant is expecting love to do what only you can do for yourself. Some of us don't know how to do certain things for ourselves. We don't know how to love ourselves. We just wake up one morning and just expect everything to magically appear. Is that how it works? Heaven helps those who help themselves. Help yourself. Take an online course. Learn something. Work on yourself. Go online. Search for things which you can do with your time. When you have something to do with your time, there's so many things, so many unnecessities that you will not have time for. You would not even have the time to go about nagging, quarreling, having unnecessary conversations, even with people in general. Get something to do. Please and please. I beg you. Get something to do. Here's what I want you to remember. Love is beautiful, but it is not substitute for personal growth. Don't rush into a relationship hoping to find yourself. Find yourself first. Then you will attract someone who adds to your peace, not disturbs it. If this helped you, like this video, share it, and drop a comment. Remember,